Football Show is powered by the all-electric Chevy Silverado.
Welcome to the Pro Football Show presented by the Chevy Silverado. Check out the first ever all-electric Chevy Silverado. Visit Chevy.com to build your own Chevy Silverado or the Silverado EV. A very special guest today, Dan Jurko. Looks like Jurko, but it's John Jurkovic.
Yes.
Welcome.
The good kid.
ESPN.
Good kid.
ESPN 1000 Chicago.
Golf applause. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's great to be here.
Yeah.
Dan called me, asked me, texted me, said, hey, you want to come on it? I said, absolutely. What are we talking about? Pro football. I said, we're talking ball? Good.
Absolutely. No radio rules for you. You can say whatever you want.
One of my favorite people in the whole world. I will say, though, we're going to get peak Jurko today because so I was texting with his partner, Carmen DeFalco, great guy. They have a show every day, ESPN 1000. And Carm said that as soon as Jurko said yes to this, he turned to Carm, he said, the only downside is I have to put in work this week. And Carm was like, we host a radio show together every day. Yeah. So, but you put in the work for this.
I had to study, I had to study. I've already thrown some stats out there. I actually had to look at some things, look at a little historical perspective on a lot of games that are out there. I don't want to sound like an idiot when I'm on here.
No.
I want to sound somewhat intelligent, which is important.
9 years in the NFL, 9 years in the NFL.
Yep.
Yes.
Former undrafted, former practice squad.
Yep.
Undrafted and practice squad. There you go. There's always a way into the league. There's always a way into the league. I always say you get drafted, doesn't really make a difference because you still got to go and you got to perform. And even with college football, I watch college football, but send me your best. We'll filter them out, and whoever gets to stay and gets to play. So that's what it's all about.
Good mindset.
The Wolves.
Yeah. And I went to Eastern Illinois, so we're the cradle of quarterbacks and coaches.
Tony Romo and Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's all we do is produce quarterbacks and coaches.
I love him. I love him already. Okay, so we do keep track of the records every single week. So
well, we should.
And the boys, you guys didn't have a great week.
I said I was going to have a bad week.
Listen.
You did.
I have a 4-week positive winning streak right now.
Listen, last week I told
every
you,
week.
Jurko, you know this. You've been doing this a long time. It's week 6. I crushed it.
Right.
And then I woke up on Monday morning and I saw online they're like, Vegas has the worst week of their career. It's like, well, no shit. Yeah. I'm the square.
Yeah.
So I knew that week 7 was going to be a disaster because as soon as you get confidence in this game, it gets sucked away from you.
Get humbled.
Yeah.
Quick.
Very quick.
But you went 6-9. That's not so bad.
I lost so much money.
Oh, okay, that's
He
fair.
bet on the 9
Responsibly.
losses.
Responsibly, you did.
Shout out DraftKings.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's just get straight into it. The storyline games of the week presented by the Chevy Silverado. We'll start with the Bills at the Seahawks. The Bills -3. I will start with you. The Bills beat the Titans, beat the brakes off the Titans last week. The Seahawks also beat the brakes off the Falcons. Who do you think wins this one?
They did beat the brakes off the Titans. However, they did struggle a little bit in the first half with them initially. Got down 10-0. I like the Seahawks here. Dogs at home. Bills are flying across the country to play Seattle. Seattle is the top offense, the top passing offense in the league. I feel like where the Bills have some question marks, where they're middle of the road, back half of the league, is in pass defense. They run a lot of like one high, single high stuff because they want to shut down the run. They are still averaging that. They're still without Milano. I like Seattle at home. I love Seattle at home. I'll just go ahead and say it. I love Seattle.
Love.
I feel like they got good momentum, man. Obviously, the question mark with DK, is he going to play this weekend? He's got a grade 1 MCL. Seems like he's going to do everything he can to play. But they also got Smith and Jigba,
but that's
Tyler Lockett, Noah Fant, Kenneth Walker.
We're recording this on Thursday, and he has missed practice Wednesday and Thursday.
If DK doesn't play, that's such a game changer for them.
I mean, it is. He's a hell of a player, but the way this offense is rolling, and I know they're struggling on defense, but Mike McDonald, he's your head coach, they're going to get it going at some point. They're going to start flowing at some point. And, when you do have Josh Allen, you always have a chance to win, but I like Seattle.
Okay.
I like Seattle with the points.
I think I'm going to go Seattle as well, but I'm nervous about the no DK because it changes everything. Like, you can guard a team when you can play defense against a team when DK's not out there. He's, I think, second in the league in receiving. So
he's a monster.
I'm going to take Seattle, though.
Life is tough for teams on the road. When Buffalo goes on the road, Buffalo's a damn good team, 5-2. When you go on the road, things get a little bit tough. And so even without DK, I look at Seattle probably coming through in this situation in KW3, their running game that they've got, even with the backup guy, Charbonneau, whatever his name is. Charbonnet. He's a French guy, played hockey. But even with this guy, right? This guy, the running game they got. Seattle, it's a boring place. It's like going to Buffalo and play. There's really nothing to do when you go there. Seattle, boring, coffee, big deal, And
a lot of rain.
You watch the salmon get thrown around, who gives a crap?
He's right. I did both those things the morning of our game in Seattle.
Boring, so you go there and you don't really get the vibe. You don't get the. So I think Buffalo goes in there, they struggle, and I think Seattle ends up winning this.
Okay.
I like that reasoning.
Yeah.
Aren't people really depressed in Seattle too? Isn't that
It's
like
rainy all the
They
time.
say it's rainy, but every time I've been there, it's never rained.
Really?
It's the craziest thing in the world.
Highest
It's been
suicide
sunny.
rate.
I think.
Highest suicide
That's what
rate.
I thought there was something with that.
Well, I'm telling you, it's just not an exciting place sometimes. So that's why you're bored there as the opposing team, and it's easier to lose up in Seattle. And remember, road teams, that's what happens. You go on the road, you lose games.
Yeah.
Okay, Seahawks across the board. Let's go to Sunday Night Football. The Cowboys at the 49ers. The 49ers -4. The Cowboys had a bye week last week after they got just absolutely humiliated by the Lions the week before. The 49ers lost to the Chiefs last week. Dan, I will start with you. Do you think the Cowboys can bounce back after the last time we saw them on the field?
I do at +4. The 49ers are they're the bad vibes team of the year. I mean, you now have Ayuk out. Jennings was out, missed last game. I don't know if he's going to be back. Kittle's got an injury. Debo was in the hospital.
Two kickers.
Now they got the Packers kicker who couldn't kick anything. He missed an extra point. San Fran's defense still going to be good, but I like Brock Purdy. This is what we've been talking about. I think Brock Purdy's good, but he has had some incredible weapons. Now his best weapon is a guy who got shot 2 months ago. Like Ricky Pearsall is going to be his number one. So no Chris McCaffrey, obviously still. I'm going to take the Cowboys. Mike McCarthy's actually been very good off the bye as well. So and Mike McCarthy's starting to feel a little of the pressure. Jerry Jones said this week he's drawing up dumb plays and dumb schemes. So I think there's going to be a little pressure, urgency on the Cowboys side. I think they'll cover the 4. I don't know if they'll win the game because they always find ways to blow these games, but I'll take them +4.
Yeah, this is the somebody has to win game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You like it or not. So many injuries affects the teams. Both teams are affected by injuries. Somebody has to win. You said it. I can see Dallas going in there, still losing the game, but covering.
Yeah.
You know? So if they're going to get 4 points, they lose by 3. Dallas is the team that I would be wagering on. But what looked like a sexy matchup at the beginning of the year is not a sexy matchup at all because there's so many holes in both the lineups out there. If there's a game to stay away from, like one that I would never want to wager on,
well,
this is a game that I would never want to wager on.
But it's Sunday night football.
You have to.
You have to bet Sunday night football.
If
Yes.
you're up, let me tell you this though, if you're up and you're feeling good about yourself, you wager. If you're down and this is your chase game, I'm betting European
gotta get back on track.
I'm betting European soccer.
You got to get back on track.
New game you can stash away. Sunday night football.
I got
We're betting Sunday night football.
I got an English Premier League game on Monday morning that you might be able to get back
you better
on,
tell
all
me
right?
that. You
I
better
will.
tell me that. Also, just another thing with the kicker, like it's a 4-point spread. It's going to be a close game. The Niners kicker can't kick an extra point, and Brandon Aubrey is the best kicker in the NFL. So that stuff does matter. I know everyone's always says, "Oh, offense, defense, special teams." When you're betting and it's +4, if one guy's missing kicks and the other guy's hitting 60-yarders, I want the guy with the 60-yarders.
Will?
I like the Niners. I think Niners are 3-4, Dallas is 3-3. Obviously, they both have to have this game. I feel like the stability, the coaching staff. When Dallas is in such a spot right now to where the political bullshit gets louder, the temperatures get higher. Jerry Jones, he's out there, he's doing interviews. Obviously, if McCarthy doesn't have a good year, which it seems like that's where it's trending, he's going to be the guy on the outs because they called for his head last year. I like Dallas, and I think this is a matchup that Dallas just, number one, they suck on defense.
Yeah.
They're terrible against the run. I know Mike Zimmer, he is a respected defensive coordinator, but they're not having a good year. Their run game coordinator, Paul Gunther, who was my D coordinator in Oakland, I'm telling you, these call sheets are massive. When these coaches win games, they want to win games and say it's the coaching that got them to do it. You're sitting there the night before with a massive third down package. They're calling every which defense on first and second down. And the minute it goes south, this is a finger-pointing style staff, in my opinion, especially with the politics and the bureaucracy in Dallas. I think Dallas is in shambles. I think they're going to continue to trend down. And I like the Niners. I like the outside zone scheme. I like Shanahan cooking something up even though they are injured.
Okay.
Okay. Did that convince you of
No, I mean
anything?
it was well said, Will.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah.
Everything you said was great. You're kind of sharp today.
And they got like
Your brain hasn't stopped.
I know it hasn't stopped
Yeah.
yet. It's like
You get you probably have it where it's
got
just
the
like
flow. He's
your
got the
brain
flow,
just
too.
stops every now and then.
Not to throw him under
yeah.
the bus, but he does short circuit a lot. He hasn't done that.
which again, a lot of show left.
It happens.
A lot of show left.
Right? You got so many numbers in your brain, it just boom, blip, and then you're back.
Yeah.
I just don't
You gotta
trust
talk
it.
through it, you know? You just gotta talk through it.
Kendricks is questionable. Like, who knows if he'll play? If he doesn't play, like that is the only guy who could be a bit of the glue, be the quarterback within that kind of scheme. But I'm telling you, once they have a bad series, it's not going to be good on the
Did you
sideline.
guys see the story on ESPN too about the tours they do in Dallas? That the players are just like so sick of it. So Jerry Jones does tours every day, and they basically go through the facility, and they're like Dak Prescott coming out of a meeting room, and there's people just standing there, like looking, like tapping on the glass at the weight
Taking
room.
pictures.
Yeah.
They're like
it
in an
sucks.
aquarium.
Yeah.
Like they're in like a fishbowl.
Zoo animals.
Yeah, zoo animals.
Exactly. It's like
Speaking of zoo, let's go to Jerry's Picking Zoo, presented by Stella Blue Coffee. Football season is back, and Stella Blue Coffee's new maple pumpkin pie. Thank you, Jerry. And apple crumb cake blends the ultimate game day companions, available in both ground coffee and K-Cup varieties. These seasonal flavors will fit seamlessly into your coffee routine. Grab Stella Blue's limited edition fall flavors today at StellaBlueCoffee.com and use promo code football to enjoy 20% off of any order of $25 or more. And of course, every purchase helps save homeless pets. Okay, so we had Mika the cat last week. She won, so Mika's back, huh?
She's back.
Are you scared of her again?
We're getting closer.
All right, let's roll it.
Not a cat guy.
All right, welcome back. Pro Football Show, Week 8. Jerry's Picking Zoo. Pro Football Show, Game of the Week. We got the Eagles playing the Bengals. Mika's back. All she does is win. 1-0, undefeated, never lost. Oh, she wants a little belly wub. She wants a little, does she have claws, Tom?
Yeah, but they're not sharp.
Oh, you want a little belly wub? Oh, they're sharp. She just got me. All right, listen, Jerry-phobia of cats doesn't matter. Mika's different. Mika's a very nice cat, very super sweet. I don't want to choke her. She's going to have her treats. She's going to pick a game. We're going to go by the treats, Mika, okay? Come on, pick a game. Here, come on. Maybe
She's
I'll go to her level.
nothing
Maybe
to do
she'll
with this.
She's
respect
trying
me
to
a bit
avoid
more.
this one. That does not.
That doesn't.
That is not definitive.
It's Bengals. It's a Bengals. Listen, it's a Bengals.
I mean, that wasn't a pick.
She had it in her mouth.
No.
She pushed it onto the Bengals. Listen, Mika doesn't have the best appetite, and that's okay. She's nervous. You know, we're still getting to know each other, but it's the Bengals. It's a cat. She's a cat. It was always the Bengals. Book it. We'll be back next week.
I mean, she just didn't make a pick.
No.
She didn't make a pick. The game of the week is the Eagles at the Bengals, presented by the Chevy Silverado. Bengals -3. Jurko, I'll start with you. Are you going to ride with the half-ass pick from Mika, or?
I was going to pick Cincinnati no matter what. No matter what the cat did, I was going to take Cincinnati. The Bengals offense is playing well. Joe Burrow is playing well. We're in a situation where Cincinnati's got no room to make mistakes. So I think the Cincinnati Bengals in this game come out and they stretch their legs out and they play very well against Philadelphia.
I mean, Dan, we've been talking about it. Joe's having an unbelievable year. Like, their record is not great, but he's having a crazy year.
Yeah, and the Bengals, with the way they started this season, every game is a must-win at this point. I do like the Bengals in this game, though. They figured something out. It's a weird scheduling quirk because both these teams played the Browns and the Giants as their last two opponents. So I want to say the Bengals have figured something out on defense, but they also might have just played Deshaun Watson and Daniel Jones. But the same is for the Eagles. They played Deshaun Watson and Daniel Jones. So, but I'm going to take the Bengals at home here in a must-win.
And Will, on the sheet Tom wrote, the Eagles are 3-0 straight up and 2-1 against the spread on the road, so they play well on the road. Does that play anything into your pick?
Cincinnati's also never lost to Philly at home, going 4-0-1. Shout out Tom for the stats.
Shout out Donovan McNabb for the tie. That was
Shout
the
out
tie
Donovan
game.
McNabb for
You
the
didn't know
tie
you could
game.
tie.
Shout out Donovan McNabb for the tie game. If there's a pick I could have back last week, it would have been the Eagles-Giants. I mean, the Saquon revenge game, I feel ridiculous making that pick and going with the Giants. I do like Cincinnati this week. I feel like Burrow, he's growing their hair out a little bit more. The masculinity's coming out of him. He's in a bit of a rhythm.
He can do no wrong. If he wants to wear a backless suit, he can wear a backless suit.
I understand that, but I feel like he's getting in a better rhythm, and I like Cincinnati at home to cover -3.
Okay.
And Jamar Chase is more involved now. Early in the season, it looked
Yeah.
like it's the last place he wanted to be.
Yep.
Now I think he's got to put it all behind him, and now he's back in, and he's interested again.
Both of them. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. There was weird stuff going on before the season with contracts and everything. They weren't at training camp. They've played their way through that, and they're back to being explosive.
Yeah, I mean, Jamar, shout out Tom again, leads the NFL in receiving.
That was that Ravens game. Remember that Ravens game? He had like 250. Yeah.
Crazy. All right, let's go to the playbook picks presented by DraftKings. What's better than watching football on the weekend? It's watching football on the weekend with the DraftKings Sportsbook app in your hands. And our partner DraftKings is hooking up all new customers who bet $5. You instantly get $200 in bonus bets. And you can also follow all of us at Barstool in the Barstool betting group on the Sportsbook app. Download the app now. Use the code PRO, P-R-O, and bet just $5 on anything, any wager, and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. The promo code PRO only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Okay, Dan, the Bears are back. They were off of a bye last week, so we know where you're going to go. You missed them.
No, but I'm saying that because that usually doesn't happen. For the most of the time, the Bears, when they're on the bye week, I'm like, thank God. We have a week where we don't have to watch the Bears. I can not be embarrassed for a week. I missed watching Caleb Williams play football.
I love
I'm
that.
excited. I'm excited for this game.
They're -3 against the Commanders.
This is a must-win, Yurko.
Must win.
Must win.
Must win.
Like I've said it 2 weeks in a row. This is the third week in a row the Bears are in a must-win, but I know what the Bears have week 10 on. They have to win games right now because this is a team, the Commanders, who are good, but I think the Bears are better than. I think the Bears' defense is really the key in this game because Jaden Daniels, I hope he plays, has been electric. Caleb Williams has been better every single week. Commanders' defense, I don't think is great. Bears' defense is great. So that's the difference in this game. I'm taking the Bears. They do got to get a little healthy. Do we know Stevenson, Brisker?
Stevenson's in. He practiced.
Brisker, I know his concussion, but it's been 2 weeks.
All they got to do is give him clearance, and Brisker's going to be back.
Okay.
Gordon's the one with the hamstring that looks like he's still a little bit questionable.
Okay, all right. So we're getting a
They're
little
really
bit
talking
healthy.
themselves
I know.
into this pick.
No, but it's okay, though, because they're Chicago guys.
But listen, the Bears' defense, I'll tell it this way. If you look at the defenses, the Bears have not played great teams. I'll be the first to admit that. They've gotten fat off of some bad teams.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
Sorry.
Okay.
But so have the Commanders.
That was
in
really sweet.
the defenses the Commanders have played, I think the best defense they played was 17th EPA in the league. The Bears are 3rd EPA. The Bears defense can play. And I think that's going to be the difference in the game. I don't, as much as it's Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams, I think it's the fact the Bears have a better unit on that side of the ball and is going to give more chances. And I'll say this, Keenan Allen being back changes everything for the Bears.
Jonathan Allen's out for the other team.
Yes.
That's
Good
something
point.
that's got to be noted, and I know he was gone last week too, but it's got to be noted. Defense travels. Sometimes your offense struggles when you go on the road, but defense always travels well. So I think the Bears' defense is going to be in on it early. I wish I could have got the number when Chicago was getting a point.
I know.
That was a long time ago. When Daniels went out, all of a sudden the numbers started to dance a little bit.
Yep.
But I still like the Bears in this situation. The whole world knew the first 9 games for the Bears, they had to either be 7-2 or 6-3 to have a chance to compete later in the game in the year. They also knew with that easy schedule, you had to be there. You had to be there. And the offense was going to grow into it this year. And we can see the offense for the Bears growing into it. And now they just need to continue to grow over the next 3 games before they get kicked in the teeth.
Yeah.
When the Packers come.
I'm not deluding myself. I've said it on multiple shows. The Bears are the 4th best team in the NFC North. That's not a bad thing. They're a good team. But
and when they're 7-2, all the criticism in the world can come on the Bears for the schedule they had early because we all knew it was going to be a terrible schedule.
Yeah, right. And so, but these are the games you have to win.
You have to win it.
We said it going into this stretch, this 5-game stretch. They had to minimum be 4-1. Hopefully they're 5-0. And this is the swing game. Like if they win this game, they got a good chance of beating the Cardinals and the Patriots. So then you go see what you are.
Yeah, exactly.
When you play the NFC North.
How exciting will Chicago be if they do win this game? Like, how excited will the fan base be?
I mean, it's a must-win, so it's like I'll be excited, but I'll also be like, we had to win that game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like playing the Packers or playing the Lions right now with how they look. It's just you got to win this game. You got to find a way to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is the early test. Like anytime you play a video game, you get through that early test, you get through the stages that you're supposed to get through that you know how to get to. And if you screw up and you die and you're pissed off because that ends up happening. But in this scenario, we've got the Bears winning, till then the real test, the level that you never got to.
The big boss.
Which is the big boss man coming down here.
Yeah.
Even though they don't have Aaron Rodgers, they got Jordan Love, they still win over.
I wish they still had Aaron Rodgers because he's old and bad.
He's washed.
Yeah.
He's washed and pissed off all the
Getting
time.
crusty.
Yeah, he's getting real crusty.
Real crusty.
Real pissy all the time.
You're gonna
Okay.
take the Commanders.
Yeah, all the mental gymnastics they've had to do. to
What
talk
mental
themselves into the
gymnastics?
sticks. I mean, you guys are
stat-
over there.
a stat that I gave
When
you-
he talks, you're sitting there like, yeah.
Well, he's
Is he
making good
playing? Is he
points.
playing?
He's a
Yeah.
smart guy.
Yeah,
Good
I like
points.
the Commanders. I like the Commanders.
Why?
Marcus is playing. I'll tell you why. They played last week against the Ravens, right?
No. Already 0 for 1.
Where am I drawing a blank here?
Oh,
yeah.
See where we got him? See where we got him?
So, okay, you're right. The Panthers. But I love
0
the way.
for 1.
0 for 1. I'll take that. 0 for 1. But I like the Commanders. They're dogs at home. I like Marcus filling in because it's not an offense to where Jaden has played incredible. I think he's up for Offensive Player of the Year. He'll probably be in MVP talks. He won't lunge himself into that. But this isn't an offense to where you're leaning solely on the quarterback. They can run the football well. They showed that even when the run is shut down against the Ravens a couple weeks ago, that they can still move and produce in the offense. And then when Jaden goes down,
Ravens defense 27th EPA per play.
I know the
Bears third.
I know the Bears.
I'm just throwing
the Bears have. They had a lot of boost playing against Will Levis and the Titans in Week 1.
Yeah, but the Bears have been the third best defense going back to last year too.
I got you.
Okay.
I like the Commanders. I like their run game. I think they're gonna have Marcus in good situations, and for him to come off the bench, put up over 200, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, get all the love and hype that he's getting, the confidence going into this week, even if he does play, I like the Commanders against the Bears.
No,
third
but
EPA.
what did Marcus do against
The Panthers.
the 32nd?
Right. You guys also played the Panthers. You
I
guys played the
agree. I
Jaguars.
said that. I
You also
said
played
that.
the
I
Rams.
admitted that right
You played the
before.
beaten down Rams.
I said that.
know.
I said that our offense.
You guys
obviously,
have played against worse defenses than what the Commanders have played against.
Right.
But they're admitting that.
No, I'm admitting all that. The Commanders' defense is more like the defenses we've already played. The Bears' defense is very different than the defenses the Commanders have played.
I understand. I still
That's
like,
my whole
I still
point.
like Washington
Okay.
and success against the Bears.
That's why they play the game.
That's why you play the game.
That's why
That's right,
they play the
100%
game.
correct.
That's why you play the game.
Okay, Will, your playbook pick.
I like the Chargers on a get-back game this week. They put the ball on the ground 3 times last week. They're a team that wants to run the football. They were not successful at doing that. They had 400 yards of total offense against Arizona, and 350 of it was in the air, so you know that they can pass the ball. However, you know Harbaugh, his whole theme is we want to run the football. We want to play good defense. I think he's going to challenge the run game this week, and again, at home against the Saints, and the Saints are abysmal right now.
Yeah.
Their defense is not playing well, where if they have any life, it's going to come from the defensive side. I like the Chargers on a get-back game to cover -7 at home against the Saints.
Dan?
Okay. I'm going to agree with you. The Saints' run defense is the worst in the NFL. The only thing that makes me nervous about this game, I'll just throw it out there, is it is the max rest versus minimum rest. The Chargers played on Monday night. The Saints played on Thursday. That makes me a little nervous. But I do think this is a good matchup for the Chargers in the fact that they can just pound the rock. And you're going up against Spencer Rattler again, where the Chargers defense should be able to confuse him, make him make some mistakes. So I'll take the Chargers as well.
Yeah, boy, I just want to lean toward the under. That's
Yeah.
what I have a real good
like
feeling
the over
for.
in this game.
I just don't get it. I mean, Jim Harbaugh, everybody loves, and Jim Harbaugh is going to do this, and Jim Harbaugh is going to do
Careful,
that.
he's a personal friend.
I got no problems. I played against Jim Harbaugh. I like Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, what's
I played
coming out
against
of
his
this?
father at Western Kentucky.
Okay, I'm wondering
when I was
what's
at
going to
Eastern
happen.
Illinois. It's just he finds ways to grind offenses down to nothing. Watching him coach an offensive football team
They don't have
is like
receivers.
watching a stone quarry. You're breaking rocks in stone quarries. So 7 points is just a big
I agree.
number
I know what you're saying.
for the Chargers.
I know what
the
he's
Chargers
saying.
might beat the living H out of him and still
I
only
know
win
what you're saying.
17-13.
I know what you're
And now
saying.
I'm giving away a touchdown with a guy that just hates offense.
No, you're right.
I'm saying I love
You're
Jim
right.
Harbaugh.
That's not a bad point.
No, the
Tommy
Chargers
Waddle's
don't have an
buddy.
offense that's gonna
It's just-
like explode on people.
What was it? 5 field goals? I mean,
No,
I don't
couldn't
even
get-
know.
Do you know how
The
hard it
fumble
is?
in the end zone.
Justin Herbert threw for 350 yards. They didn't get a touchdown. That's hard to
I
do.
mean, that being said, New Orleans stinks. And they're
Yeah.
going on the road, but there's no home field advantage for the Chargers.
Also true.
At SoFi. There's nothing. It's just kind of the game. With that being said, I think the New Orleans Saints still lose this one. It might be 16-7.
So are you going to take the Chargers?
I'm taking the under, and I'm going to take the
okay.
Chargers.
Okay,
even though I
you take
tried to
Chargers.
talk myself out of it the whole time.
Yeah.
The Saints are so bad right now. It's going 2-0. They've lost
Yeah.
5 in a row. They're so bad right now that I'm going to have to go with the Chargers in a 16 to 17-9 thriller.
Thriller. And let it also be on the record that you wanted only the under, but you talked yourself
I wanted
into
the under, but I
Chargers.
talked myself into the Chargers.
That happens on the show a lot.
Yeah.
You're not alone.
The over's going to hit you.
I'm so disheartened.
All right, Jurko, your playbook.
I'm ready. It's the two teams that I played for. It's the Green Bay Packers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars fresh off a victory, getting 3.5, above that key number of 3. So they're getting 3.5. I think the offense is starting to figure it out. They're playing for Doug Peterson's job, whether they like it or not. So they're at home. I also like the weather factor in this game. Watching northern teams come to the south in late October, November, and December, an absolute crumbling in the heat when it's 80 degrees with only like 75% humidity. They get down there, the IV, it looks like a triage unit in the locker rooms. It looks like MASH 40777, where they got hangers hanging from there and IV bags that are spent because the team is totally depleted after the game. So I'm a fan of the Green Bay Packers. I love them. But with 3.5, the Packers can still win this game by a field goal, but I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars plus the 3.5 in this.
But you like Jordan Love, though.
I do like Jordan
Yeah.
Love. I love what the Packers do.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. It's just in the situation that they catch themselves, northern team coming south, must-win situation for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think you're going to get the best effort out of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
Dan?
This is my sucker pick of the week. I'm going to take the Packers. Sucker pick.
Sucker pick.
Sucker pick of the week.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, the Jaguars suck. The Packers are better. Jordan Love's better than Trevor Lawrence. The Packers defense is good. 3.5. Are you kidding me? This is going to be the easiest bet of my life. Sucker pick. I'm going to lose this pick. But
at least you admit that it's a sucker
I can't
pick.
bring myself to bet the Jaguars. So I have to take the Packers here. Sucker pick. Of the week.
Especially because if the Jags do cover, you're going to be like, I knew better.
No, I know. The Jags are going to win this game probably outright. But I'm a sucker. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think you're right. They're playing for Peterson's job. They're going to give him max effort.
Do they want to keep Peterson?
I think
Are the guys
they're
playing-
better when Ingram came back. They're better.
Yeah.
They had that weapon. It opens things up for your receivers also. So I think they're better. I think they're better. They're playing better. I mean, the Bears beat them up, which is what we wanted.
Yeah.
Then they came back. They found a way to win. Now they get home. They're relaxed. They're welcome back. Now it's okay. Let's start. This is our stretch. Last year, they won early. They lost late and missed the playoffs. I think this year they turn around. They lose early. They're going to start winning late.
Okay. I think they're just in a shitty situation having to be in London for 2 weeks. And then you come home. And not only that, you got the Packers this week, then Eagles, Vikings, Lions before you get to a bye. So although I do think they're going to be giving their max effort and playing for Coach Peterson and feeling better with Ingram back, I like the Packers here. I just don't think Jacksonville will have enough juice coming from home.
No,
that would be a brutal situation as a player.
I forgot this factor. You know, if you go over there for 2 weeks, you don't necessarily always bring the family over. And for the single players that go out there, you get back to the States, you go see the significant other, they might lose their legs this week. You know?
Hey.
It might be a little bow chicka wow wow.
Making up for lost time,
And
you know?
so the depletion of
So you going to the
testosterone-
Packers?
No. I'm just saying that could be a factor there.
You got to play it in.
You gotta play it.
Yeah, where they're replenishing
Testosterone.
testosterone throughout the
Yes.
week, trying to get back to where they need to be.
Making up for lost time, okay.
Right.
So like when we're watching the game and we see if they got tired legs, we're going to be like, well, that's...
You'll know.
Yeah,
Right
we'll know.
away.
We'll know.
You'll know.
All right, let's go to the Fireball Rapid Fire Picks of the Week. The Rapid Fire Pick segment is presented by Fireball Whiskey. So many things make football great, but what the best thing is kicking the living shit out of your rival. There's absolutely no better feeling as an athlete or a fan. And this week we have longtime AFC rivals Jets versus Patriots, and Fireball Whiskey is here to ignite that rivalry all season long. Will, go ahead. Take that, grab your football buddy, buy around, and reignite the rivalry flame. Yeah,
brother.
cheers.
Cheers. Here we go, Will.
Cheers.
Only you and I?
Yes, undrafted.
I thought all three of you guys.
Are we
I
abstaining?
knew you were going to do that.
I'm shaking like a leaf on a tree.
All right, you know what?
now.
Do that.
There we go.
There we go, Casey.
Fine, all right. All the boys
Cheers.
and cheers.
Security won't stop you. You'll be fine.
That's delicious. I also finished first, but it's not. It's not a competition.
I don't know about you guys, but I saw 3 cases outside.
Yep. Be ashamed. They ended up in the back of your truck.
God forbid.
God
Are you staying for the
forbid.
stream tonight?
He's welcome to. I don't know.
We're banging balls.
Yeah, he's gonna play some golf.
Play a little bit of golf.
All right.
Yeah.
Seems
You
like a
can
great-
stay if you want to stay for the stream.
I got my sticks in the truck. I got to get back to the NWI to 219
Okay.
for the football game tonight.
Well, you can watch it here.
Oh, can I?
They all
We might have to
sit-
kidnap
He'd be a
him.
great asset to
We
have.
might have to kidnap
The
him.
stream.
Live
And you can
stream.
have as many of those as you
Oh,
want.
you guys gonna all watch the game together?
Yeah.
You guys gonna sit around?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that. You
Yeah.
guys have a good time here.
You're gonna.
Well, I'm just saying, you guys have a good time. I didn't plan on it.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Yeah, workshop it afterwards.
We got to workshop.
Yeah.
We got more games to pick.
Yeah, we got a lot. So, Yurko, the way this works is I just rapid fire through these. If there's a game you want to talk about, more power to you.
Okay.
Stop, or if you just want to just make a pick and keep it moving. So we'll start with the Titans at the Lions. The Lions will minus 11.5.
Hell, I don't know, man.
Is this your I don't know
This
game?
might be my I don't know. I mean, 11.5 is crazy. I do think the Titans are in a very bad spot. I feel like all the interviews coming out of that locker room, they're talking about, oh, we have good leaders here, we have good leaders there. You never hear the quarterback's name in the situation. They shopped DeAndre Hopkins. They're trying to kind of weed out, see what they can get to build culture for the future. I think they're in a very bad spot. Of course, I like the Lions to win this game. I just feel like 11.5 is a lot. Do you guys have any tips for the boy in this one?
I'm gonna do it, and I fucking hate it, but I'm gonna take the Titans. 11.5 is just a lot of points.
A lot of points in the NFL.
I'll try to make the case for the Titans. Titans' run defense is still good. The Titans, obviously back against the wall, the roster, everyone's on the trade block. The Lions are going off of a huge win against the Cowboys, which you know they had circled, and then a very emotional back and forth physical win against the Vikings. The Lions are going to win this game, but come on. Are they going to sleepwalk a little bit? I feel like the Titans can stay around 11.5. It's just a lot of points. A lot of points.
I don't think anybody talks about Jared Goff as an MVP candidate.
He should be.
He should be an MVP candidate. I think they're going to want to go ahead and they're going to want to put some stats up there for him. And Jahmyr Gibbs and the running back there, it's a nice little Dave Montgomery, nice little combination. Laporta making catches, St. Brown making catches, even without
Jameson Williams.
Even without him, they got receivers there and they got dangerous players there. This is one of those where I think they still. I don't know if people believe, even though they're the best team in the NFC, I think they've got to go about the business of still proving themselves out there. And I think Jared Goff, and I would never have said this when LA let him go, I think Jared Goff is a guy that's going to be a candidate for the MVP.
Yeah.
Should be one of the top two guys that are out there. So we'll see if he can continue his fine play.
Yeah.
Except against the Bears.
Will?
So are you going Detroit?
I'm going with Detroit minus 11.5, yes.
I'm going to switch.
I know. I think he talked me into it too.
I'm going to switch.
Because even
Very
like when you
convincing.
talk about sleepwalking, it's a staff filled with ex-football players. Like they're going to keep their head
And
on.
I took Buffalo last week, and the Titans actually were up in that game, 10-0, and
it got ugly.
it got ugly. And that's what could happen here. And it also, you saw it, a desperate team like the Titans. So that game, they went up 10-0. I think it was 10-7. They went for it on a 4th and 2 on their own 30. Didn't get it. Game over.
Yeah.
That was it. The Bills were like, all right, it's over. So those type of moments where the Titans are like, we have to go for it. We have to be more aggressive because we don't have a good team and we're 1-6 and all that stuff. A good team will flip the switch on them quickly. So fuck.
All right,
Will?
let's do it. Yeah, Detroit.
Right.
Give me
All right.
the Lions.
Across the board.
Detroit,
Yeah.
That's how I convinced my wife to marry me.
All right, let's go Colts at Texans, Will, or Dan, Texans minus 5.
I'm going to take the Texans. Texans offense has not been good, especially without Nico Collins. I've never been a believer in Anthony Richardson. He's completing 48.5% of his passes this year. The second worst is Jacoby Brissett at 58.5%. So that tells you how bad it's been. I know Jonathan Taylor's coming back. I think DeForest Buckner's coming back, so the Colts get a little bump there. But again, I just think it comes down to their quarterback can't throw the ball consistently. And the Texans, that was a tough loss against the Packers, a game they could have won, should have won if they'd been a little more aggressive. I think this is a good spot for the Texans.
Will?
I like the Texans too. Again, you go back to last week, the pick, Eagles, Giants, that's one I'm kicking myself for.
Kyle tried to
Miami,
he tried to tell you.
Miami not getting it done actually pissed me off because I feel like they should have won that game.
Yeah.
But I like the Texans. I like their offense. And I agree with you on Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, I'm with
if it was Joe Flacco, it's close, no-brainer. But
Texans, stack the line of scrimmage, put 8 in the box, and force Anthony Richardson to audible and beat you with his arm. He can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Okay, Texans across the board. All right, Yurko, the Ravens at the Browns. The Ravens minus 8.5 against a terrible Browns team.
I like the Baltimore Ravens, and I like what they're doing. I like the weapons that they have. To me, this is a no-brainer with the Cleveland Browns looking just like, how are we going to do whatever we got to do? Is Jameson starting?
Jameson
He is.
Jameson starting.
mistake.
This could be, listen, so this could provide a little bit of a pop,
Yes.
but they're playing the wrong team. They need to be playing somebody else. If they were
Wrong.
playing Pittsburgh,
You're wrong.
If they're playing Pittsburgh,
You're wrong.
maybe.
You're wrong.
Not against the Baltimore
Jameis.
Ravens. I like
Jameis.
-8.5. The Baltimore Ravens is a game that I'm embracing and I'm falling in love with
Okay.
even more.
Wait, hold on.
Even more.
Jerry, what was that look?
I don't know. It's just a shot to Pittsburgh.
Oh, just shot out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
big-time
Diehard Steelers fan.
I understand.
You got a question for Yurko?
Yeah, I actually do. Can I ask it?
Yeah.
Defensive end, right? Who is the best pass rusher, in your opinion, in football today?
Oh, boy. Tough question. Best passer. It was the kid from Detroit that got busted up now.
Oh, really? Okay.
It was Aiden Hutchinson, and he was getting better and better and better over his career. Last year, he was putting pressure but wasn't getting sacks. Then at the end of last year, he had like 7 sacks in 3 games.
Yeah.
Right? So the 7 sacks in 3 games, with what he started to do at the beginning of this year, he was now sacking the quarterback and really affecting the game. So I thought he became T.J. Watt.
Oh,
Yeah.
There it is.
Another guy. So there you go. I know
That's what he wants. That's what he
T.J. Watt
wants.
has proven it. He's done it over the course of time. You like what Mike Tomlin does. Listen, Mike Tomlin's great. If they ever fired him, he'd be the first coach hired by. There'd be 20 teams out there trying to get Mike Tomlin over there. That's the curse of winning. When you win, you don't get 3rd, 4th, 5th draft choices in the first round.
Yeah.
You get 18, 19, 20, and you've got to build a team. Mike Tomlin has handled Le'Veon Bell's situation.
Yep.
He's handled the Antonio Brown
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
Big Ben situation.
Shazier, when he got hurt on the field,
Yep.
he was able to weather that storm too.
Yep.
They've lost a lot of great players over there, and Tomlin still weathers the storm. That's your
Thank you, Yurko.
love right there.
Yeah, there we go.
And they got great pierogies out there too.
Yes.
That was a great answer.
I have a question for you then, Yurko.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston. What are the first 3 letters of his last name?
Win, W-I-N.
Thank you.
Yeah, he also,
Give me the Browns.
There's a carton of
Browns.
cigarettes too.
Give me the Browns.
Yes.
Give me the Browns. They're getting a pop from Jameis Winston. You can't go from a worse vibe in Deshaun Watson to a great vibe in Jameis Winston. That team's going to play hard on Sunday.
And Jameis' viral clip this week was so good.
He's
too.
the
Like,
best.
He's just
He's
the
a motivator.
motivator.
They're going to have a pop.
Okay,
I'm
well,
with it. Yeah, I like the Browns. I love Jameis Winston, Nick Chubb. I think they have some excitement. They have some energy in the locker room. The players are so excited. Everybody's going to be circling this man for the pregame speech. Everybody is. It's going to go viral. I like the Browns plus 8.5 with the points because I am. I love the Baltimore Ravens. I think they're doing an incredible job with Derrick Henry. That offense is moving. Their defense is incredible. But I love Jameis Winston.
yeah.
I love Jameis
You gotta
Winston.
take Jameis.
eating the
I'm
W.
against you
and-
guys.
Yeah, you're against
Yeah.
us. You're against us.
This is one of those, like, again, next week when you're not here, if you were right, they're going to be like, well, we don't have to tell them. If they're wrong, you should definitely let them know. I'm about to say. I'm sure they will. All right, Dan.
I love Jameis next week.
Yeah, me too. I like him every week.
Every one of your ex-followers.
All right, Dan, the Jets at the Patriots, which is a disgusting display of
Yeah.
football. So gross. The Jets -7.
I'll pass.
Yeah.
Pass game,
I'll
okay.
just pass to someone else.
You passing?
Someone else has to say.
Okay, so Yurko, they both got a pass game. So do you have thoughts on
No,
this?
I'm going to take it. I think the Jets get right against the New England Patriots, and I'll take them -7.
All right, throw that on there. I'll take the Jets as well. The only thing I was looking at the game, the Jets, as bad as they've looked, they have played the first best defense, the second best defense, the 6th best defense, the 11th best defense in their last 4 games. The Patriots are a terrible defensive team. So I think their offense is going to look a lot better on Sunday.
Will?
Give me the Jets.
Okay.
Give me the Jets.
Jets across the board.
Coach Mayo, too, with talking about his team being soft.
Yeah, what happens in the locker room after that?
Well, they either respond.
Exactly, yeah.
Either respond,
Yeah.
you've been challenged, you respond, or you quit.
Yeah.
It's one of the two.
Depends
we'll
on
know right away.
Yeah. Depends on the respect meter that he has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the Falcons at the Bucks. The Falcons -2.5.
Man, give me Kirk. Give me the Falcons -2.5 against the Bucks. You know, you hate to see the Bucks. The Bucks are a good team. They were a good team.
Yeah.
Godwin goes down. Mike Evans goes down. You hate to see that in an offense that they did have. I still like Baker. I think they'll figure something out. But I like Atlanta this week in Tampa Bay.
Dan?
I'm going to take the Falcons as well. I just don't know what the Bucks can do offensively now that you got Godwin and Mike Evans out.
Yeah.
You saw it in the second half. Well, I guess there was garbage time there, but it's hard. They don't have guys who can get separation like they could. And I think the Falcons also, that was a game last week. I had the Seahawks. I saw it coming. The Falcons got a little bit of a wake up. This isn't going to be as easy as we thought it would be.
Right.
So I think you're going to get max effort from them.
Yurko?
And when you just got the insurance policy of those receivers being as big as they are as targets, you can just throw it and trust that something good is going to happen.
It's also below the key number.
Yep.
It's 2.5. Most games end up 3, 4, 7 in the NFL. So it's below that key number at 2.5. I mean, I don't know what Tampa's got left.
Yeah.
Cameron Brate, I mean, is he still there? I don't know what they have left over there.
Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
They've got problems.
Going.
Yeah.
Falcons got punched in the mouth. They've got to find a way to respond at 4-3. Again, below the key number, I think it's the Falcons all day here.
All right, Yurko, back to you. The Cardinals at the Dolphins. The Dolphins minus 3.5.
Jesus, Cardinals at the Miami. What's wrong with Miami?
You want me to start?
Where's Tua? Where's
He's
Tua?
back. He's back.
Tua's back.
He's
Tua's back?
He's back.
Is he wearing a Guardian cap?
Oh, I
No,
know.
he's not.
He's
should
wearing
be.
he's wearing an outer box.
No,
He'll be
goodness.
fine out there.
Okay,
Throw him out there in an outer box. He'll let it spin.
He needs to be wearing a Guardian cap.
This is what Tua needs to do. Tua needs to be smart. You know what you've had? You've had 2, 3, 4 concussions right now. What are you lowering your head into the chest
I
of
know.
the defensive player for?
Yeah, the last one
Fall
was him
down.
running. Yeah.
We used to criticize Marvin Harrison back in the day because he'd get there and he'd just fall.
Yeah.
He wouldn't get the extra yard. Who cares? You know why? He was healthy his whole career.
Tyler Lockett.
Tua's got, yes.
Yeah, he's still playing. He goes
Tua's
down.
got to be smart. Tua's got to get his ass to the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, be smart, get to the ground. Don't go challenging anybody. That's not going to do anything for you. Gain 2 less yards and continue playing or miss 6 weeks again. So he's got to be smart. Minus 3.5 against the Cardinals. Go ahead. You give
Dolphins.
it to him.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Dolphins.
That's what I'm
Yeah, I think
feeling.
it's easy
Dolphins?
too.
Cardinals
3.5.
can't,
I'll take the Dolphins.
Cardinals can't really rush the passer. Cardinals, Monday night have to go all the way to Miami. We talked about the Heat already. I think Tua also, we're getting a little bit of a discount here because even if Tua is a little rusty, the difference between Tua and Tim Boyle and Tyler Huntley is so incredible that this offense is going to start working again. You saw it. Tyreek Hill said he was going to cry in practice.
I got Tyreek Hill on my fantasy team.
He's back. He
He's been
said,
a major
Did you not see what he
disappointment.
said?
Oh, yeah, I had
He
tears.
said, "Start me
up this
He said,
week.
"Fired up. Start me this
I've been
week."
starting him the whole time.
Yeah, well, that was stupid.
It's misery.
I could've
those
told you
Cooper
that.
Cup was hurt.
Well, you got to go pick up
I
on
got
the waiver wire.
problems.
Get on the waiver
I did.
wire.
Josh Downs disappointed me last week.
It's week 8. Now he's going to start showing up for you.
Thank
Now
God.
he's
Yeah.
gonna
And
start
those
showing
AZ
up.
boys-
For the playoff run.
Yes.
Those AZ boys are going to be going to Miami too. The apps are going to be firing up.
Oh, you know where they're going to be.
They're going to have their
Yep.
outfits
Yep.
on. Yeah.
The Clevelander.
It'll be somewhere
all
else.
types of good times.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, Will, the Chiefs at the Raiders, the Chiefs minus 9.5.
I think Chiefs cover. I think the Raiders are in a bad spot, and obviously, remembering the puppet that came out during training camp.
That was literally my note.
Yeah.
This is not even.
Mahomes
This
is-
isn't a handicap game. This isn't an X's and O's games. Mahomes, the puppet that
Yeah.
the Raiders brought out in training camp. Mahomes said afterwards, he says, "Stuff like that happens. It will get handled when it gets handled."
I love that.
I know.
I love that.
Andy Reid's my guy. All they do is find ways to win.
Yep.
That's what Andy Reid does. And they got a defense that's tougher than nails and keeps him in every single game, even though, and he's the number one, Patrick Mahomes, the number one, what is he, plus 225 to be the MVP?
Yeah, which he hasn't had MVP
6
stats.
touchdowns, 8 interceptions. I mean, they're awful stats, except for the fact that they keep winning.
Yeah.
They keep winning. The problem is they keep winning and they don't cover. That's the dilemma you have sometimes.
But it will get handled when it gets handled.
I love that quote
Because
so
they're
much.
playing the Raiders and the Raiders are hapless and might be trying to look for a quarterback and might be finding a way to look for their future quarterback.
Yep.
And they need to lose games if they're going to get a quarterback. I'll go with the Chiefs minus 9.5, but that's a whole lot of wood to be given.
Yeah, no, it is. And the Chiefs
It's a
don't
lot
really
of
do
wood.
well on those big spreads.
And when you say it'll get handled when it gets handled, I can see, even if they're up 7 points in
Yeah.
the fourth quarter and they got it in the bag, I can see them still marching down to kick a field goal.
Yep.
Just to rub in their face and run up the score and keep that offense rolling.
And guess what? Last team the Chiefs lost to, the Raiders.
Yeah.
On Christmas.
That's-
Put it,
was the
they'll
last
put it in
team
the
they
face
lost
of
to.
Dennis Allen. What
Yeah.
a handsome fella. Where do I get a haircut like that? Where do I find that?
I love that quote. Okay, so Kansas City across the board, yeah?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Dan, the Panthers at the Broncos.
Another easy one. Just take the
Broncos
Broncos.
-10.
I know it's 10 points. The Panthers are such a disaster. Bryce Young's playing again. The Panthers are the worst. Sports Info Solutions, my guys there. The Panthers are the worst team against the blitz. The Broncos blitz the second most in the NFL. Broncos are going to run the ball down their throat. I know 10 points is a lot. The Panthers are so bad. They're so lost. Just take
Extra
the
rest,
Broncos.
too, after an awesome win.
Just take the Broncos.
Sean Payton revenge game.
Don't even think about it.
That's my guy, Sean Payton. That was my college quarterback.
Oh.
My first 2 years at Eastern Illinois University. Cradle and
Payton
coaches,
is-
remember?
Yep.
Cradle and quarterbacks, cradle and coaches. And what has he done there? All he does is win games.
Yeah.
He's got a little
Well,
weed in him that way.
not last
This year.
yeah, yeah. I was just saying last
Trying
year.
to find out. Listen, when you're a head coach, you come to a new team, you got to find out who wants to play, who doesn't want to play.
And Russell Wilson didn't want to play.
That's what year that was. He had to figure out what the hell was going on. Now he knows who wants to play.
Yep.
And they're going about the business of winning games.
Yep.
So yes, I'm with you guys. Denver Broncos minus the 10.
Broncos.
Just have to point out the fact that he's in Eastern Illinois.
Yes, I like
Yes,
that. I like
great.
that. Throw it out.
Yes.
And he was
yes.
my quarterback. He was
That's
your
very
quarterback.
important.
also a member of Sigma Chi, and he had the best
My
party.
dad was a Sigma Chi
Well, I
at
didn't know
Texas
that.
A&M. I know. Well, now
Why
you
would you know that?
Yeah, why would you know that?
A&M, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
See, there you go. No,
A&M.
he all he does is talk shit about A&M. So it's
They are a little bit weird.
no. I just walked right into that.
They got a big, what's that little thing they put on fire?
Oh, yeah.
Bonfire. Well, they don't do that anymore.
They
But
don't do that? What happened? Somebody die?
yeah, like 12 students. Yeah.
They quit?
Yeah, that
Too much
got-
liability now?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what
They do
happened?
like off campus.
Nobody
It
was
was a whole
smart
thing.
enough to ever figure out this might be a problem.
Yeah, I honestly
Until somebody lost an arm. Oh, my heavens.
forget that I said my dad was a Sigma Chi at A&M. I regret doing that. Okay, Monday Night Football, the Giants at the Steelers.
Oh, wait,
Jerry.
Will, did you take that Broncos?
Yeah,
Yeah, he said
Broncos.
Broncos. Yeah, he said
On
Broncos too.
Broncos.
Jerry, your Steelers -6 against the Giants. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I did think about something while we were sitting here. I knew the game was coming up Monday night. And I'm going to say this publicly for the first time. My last 4 Steelers games in attendance, 4 or 5, I'm either 0-4 or 0-5.
Are you going?
I'm going Monday.
Oh my God, Jerry.
Jesus.
Going back to the Jesse James play
Yeah.
against New England.
Why are you doing that?
It just happened that way. Monday night.
Is there a thought, though, that now you might not go?
No, I'm going. I'm ready. I'm on the sideline. I'm
But have
locked in.
you
going.
have
Yeah.
you been on the sidelines every time
Yeah.
you've lost?
Well, 3 times out of the 4.
So
Are
you're
you
a mush.
holding the cord for Tomlin? I mean,
No.
what's your official capacity?
Pre-game, I'm on the side.
We have a sign?
Yeah, I'll have a sign.
What will it say?
Sussy for Russie.
Okay, nice.
And he was right about Russell last week.
Listen, Yurko, and I, first time meeting and whatnot,
Right.
I have been the number 1, not 2, not 3, number 1 Russie rider since the Steelers got him.
It is true.
I've been backing this guy. I talked to some players, I talked to some coaches. This guy, he's the real deal. He's still got something left in the tank. I know it was one game. I don't want to get too high, but the way this defense plays football, he is going to be in every game and have a chance to win every game.
To give you an idea of how high he is on this guy, he agreed to give another one of our employees a hand job if Russell Wilson had 6
Yurko's never coming back now.
I mean, I want to
Are you going to put a glove on?
Yeah, I would put a glove. Yeah.
Are those callous hands going to work the ring?
Yeah. I'll be fine.
I just want to know
But
exactly what's happening.
I need you to know what you're dealing with when he says he's sussy for us.
Well, he loves Pittsburgh
Big Cat's going to
Steelers.
like this because he's going to go to the Giants. I think this is a blowout.
Yeah, I love that.
I think it's a
Whenever
blowout.
he's confident, he's always right.
I know.
This is the Giants. This is a Giants spot. This is the Giants. Take the Giants.
Steelers.
But Russ,
this is
but
Giants.
Russ, Will Russ.
Change. I love how Russ.
Monday night?
Tomlin is a big favorite. This is the Giants.
Steelers lost 1 Monday night game since 1991.
Yeah, but you're
Definitely
going.
not true.
Against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's-
I'll tell you exactly
true.
when it was. It was against the Jaguars. The blocked field goal. Tom Zach was the holder. The blocked field goal. Chris Hudson ran it in for a touchdown, and Cowher looked like he wanted to punch him in the face.
Good memory.
That day I broke my leg. Thank you for bringing
Oh,
that back.
no.
One Monday
I was in the
night.
X-ray room when it was happening.
Bad memory.
Yeah, tibia
Good
plateau
memory of a
fracture.
bad memory.
Thank you, sir, for bringing that back up.
Bringing up old shit.
They don't lose Monday night.
Okay, Monday Night Football.
Monday Night
Pittsburgh.
Football, 1997, fourth week of the season.
Oh, are we not counting the COVID game that got moved?
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
That was Monday Night Football.
It got moved. That doesn't. I know.
lost
COVID
that
doesn't
game.
count. No, but COVID doesn't
But
count.
it's COVID. That's why.
COVID doesn't
That
count.
didn't count.
COVID doesn't count.
That didn't count.
97. Go to 97. You'll see it.
He said, go to 97. Bring up the play. Run the play.
My buddy bet Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh covered. The only way they lose is if they didn't cover. They were covering.
Yeah.
The only way Pittsburgh loses is if there's a field goal block return for a touchdown. And my buddy the Greek calls me. Goes, what the hell happened?
Man, are you saying just at home?
Yeah, home.
Okay.
Oh, you're on the road
all right,
that way.
Yeah. 21 consecutive. All right.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna give it to
But
you.
hey, guess what? You can win this game. I can cover the
True.
spread.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you're
fair.
taking the Steelers.
I'm taking the Steelers.
Yurko?
I like
Steelers.
Okay.
I love it.
You
got
love the
New York?
Giants?
Yep.
All right.
Love it.
Boom.
Yeah, you love it.
I think
love
this is an anti-you play. I'll be honest with you.
No, I'm telling you, every time this guy says it's a blowout.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's an anti-him play.
No, but he tells me he gives.
Yeah.
He's like the sports almanac. He tells me the Steelers score before I even have to watch the game because he'll say, "Oh, I don't feel good about this game. Take the Steelers. Oh, we're gonna blow them out. Take the other team." Every time.
I got you.
Every time.
It is time for hot takes. We give off hot takes every week. Yurko, leading into week 6. Dan, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll start.
I don't have one.
What was my hot take last week?
I got you.
All right, you got it.
My hot take is Jared Goff is going to be the NFL MVP.
I like
if it keeps
that.
going
Like
on.
that.
I like
Nobody's got it. I'd bet it now. And if I was going to bet the market, I had it at 60-1. Derrick Henry, before he played the Monday Nighter and had all the yardage, he was 60-1 to be the NFL MVP. No running back has won the NFL MVP since 2012 when Adrian Peterson won it. It's time for some non-quarterback, if nobody's stepping out and getting something done, for a running back who might run for 2,000 yards, have 25-plus touchdowns. That's the time for a running back to win it. So it'd be Derrick Henry and or Jared Goff. I think is going to be the NFL MVP.
Look at that picture they got. Look at you, looking so
incredible.
handsome.
Ooh,
Good kid.
How many chins do I have?
It's a nice
I like that.
compliment,
I like that take.
Yeah,
all right, I'll go. You know what? I'll double down on my sucker play of the week. The Packers. Doug Peterson will be fired on Monday.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will, do you have one?
Nope.
Okay, that's all right.
Pass.
Hey, that happens.
Back to you
I'll
guys in the
take-
studio.
Nope.
Send it down to Pam Oliver.
All right, let's get to the Survivor Pool picks. Dan and Jerry still alive. Jerry up 1 point. So Dan, Jerry, who wants to go first?
I'll
Dan, you
go.
wanna go?
Yeah, I'll take the Broncos.
Broncos. Okay, Jerry.
Casey, refresh my memory. Who can't I use?
You cannot take the Bills, the Vikings, the Chargers, the Bucks, the 49ers, the Jags, or the Eagles.
I'll take the Jets against the Patriots.
That's okay.
Are you still alive in any of your Survivor
No,
pools?
dead in the water. I was in the circle one.
Instant, right? Instant.
I took Baltimore the week they got.
It's the Raiders. Yeah.
This, and I say this every week to a guest when they're new. This has reset now 3 times.
It's
It
bad
reset.
already?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
It
It was
reset
so
like
bad.
twice in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So it,
Have I lost yet?
Yeah. We all lost 1 week.
Yeah, 1 week everybody lost.
Oh, okay.
The reset.
It was week
That's
one.
why there's only
Yeah.
1 point.
was
So
week
there's
one.
so Jerry only has
Yeah.
1 point.
Cincinnati. Cincinnati.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, guys?
No, Yurko's the best.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you,
amazing.
Yurko.
Thank you guys
Yes.
for having me.
Yeah.
You are
Thank you,
absolutely
guys.
amazing.
Dream.
Maybe.
You start
Hey,
working.
you could get some more fireballs.
Jerry, you got to play some golf with him.
Hey, there's
Let's
a
do
golf
it.
simulator.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
golf simulator.
I'm ready.
There.
My
Get on
sticks are in
Pebble
the
Beach.
car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pebble Beach.
I play.
Yeah, Pinehurst. That's your spot.
That's my spot.
I've heard some stories.
7
When we were at
times.
Pinehurst, I heard some Yurko stories.
7 times.
A legend at Pinehurst.
Yeah,
Who's
those
more-
caddies were like, oh, big cat.
That's a
You know
good group.
Yurko? I was like,
That's
yup.
a good
And they,
group I go with. So.
yeah.
Who's more legendary at Pinehurst, Yurko or Riggs?
Riggs is.
Yeah,
There's no
Riggs-
doubt.
he's the
Riggs
mayor of
lives
Pinehurst.
there.
Yeah, he's the mayor.
Come on. He's right off at 3. I think I might have hit his house. I bumped into Riggs down there with a handful of
He's a good dude,
people
yeah.
at the brewery down there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Riggs.
introduced myself. Say, hey, I'm the good kid.
And what'd he say?
He said, who the hell are you?
I can like see his face.
He
Yeah.
said hello.
I'm
He
the
was
good
funny.
kid.
He was good. He was funny.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.